In today's show, making a big impression while keeping a low profile. And the keys to success. Ben goes from strength to strength. Hi, I'm Mark Bickley and welcome to The Crows Show, brought to you each week by the all-new Pork Belly Deluxe Burger, only at Hungry Jack's. Also joining us, Belinda Sloan.
Bix, later in the show we'll be exploring the connection between one player's love of coffee and the New Look Cafe here at Crows headquarters.
Thanks, Belinda. Now, in a team with some strong, outgoing personalities, there's one young player who's earning a reputation as a quiet achiever. Brayden Cook has missed only one of the past 10 games, and a few good judges predict he'll be a long-time player for the club. A shoulder reconstruction back in 2020 didn't deter the Crows from drafting Brayden, and he's now fulfilling all the promise he showed as an outstanding junior.
With pick 25, the Adelaide Crows have selected Brayden Cook.
I vividly remember the first time that Brayden came to the door, and he was probably as raw as you can get from a draftee point of view.
I think I came in a bit underdeveloped anyway, and the shoulder probably wouldn't have helped, but yeah, I think I just had to get to work and probably put me a few months behind, but yeah, I feel like I made that up pretty quickly. It
wasn't before too long we started to see his body shape changing, and he was knocking on my door and Mickey Godden's door every second day, learning about the game, learning about what it takes, and before he knew it, the year transitioned and he was putting his name up for selection. So he's a hard worker and he's got some serious talent.
Did the unselfish thing, got it to young Cook, who's going to stroll in and kick the goal.
It was pretty good, a bit of reward for the work I put in, I guess, and yeah, hopefully I can continue to stay on the side. Definitely a lot fitter, and I think that obviously helps in a lot of different aspects of the game, and yeah, means you can play better for longer.
It fell to Cook, who puts it through as the temperature rises.
Last year, Paul Seedsman was pretty big for me. He plays that wing role just so amazingly. So just learning a bit off him, and yeah, obviously having that locker mate in David McKay was pretty special.
I think a bit of the sky's the limit for Brayden. He's got a good size about him. He's only going to get fitter and stronger, and his ball use is something that we love about him. He's got a composure with the ball. He's definitely a player that's going to be a big part of our future moving forward.
For a young man, Brayden shows great composure. Now, predictions of early Brownlow votes have followed the excellent form so far of Ben Keays. He's continuing on from where he left off last year when he was runner-up in the Club Champion Award. It's a remarkable turnaround from when he was delisted by Brisbane at the end of 2019.
I think it's just experience, really. Last year was my first full season, 22 games, normal length quarters. It was pretty much my first full year, and playing in the midfield as well, which was a little bit new in terms of AFL level.
To Keays, does, and then back in front again.
I think that experience behind me has allowed me to take more of a leadership role and start to look outside myself and help others. And usually when you do that, the other stuff sort of just comes.
Oh, look at this, the reverse swinger from Ben Keays.
The environment that sort of allowed me to sort of thrive and be myself, and want to work hard, and you always got guys to do it with you as well, and just the coaches empowering me as well. I think Nixie's been huge. Sort of early on, he laid out what he wanted to see from me. It was very clear, it was very concise, and I knew that's all I had to do, and then I get the reward from it. And he stuck true to his word and rewarded me with a run in the team, which has resulted in me definitely sort of growing as a player.
Can Keays finish off? Can they get something going?
The coaches sort of rate the game, obviously very different to sort of how the general public does. So they're my main reference point, really. Nixie and Nathan Van Berlo, the midfield coach as well. But I work with the other coaches as well. I just go off them, review off them, and look at ways that I can firstly improve, and ways that I can help the team improve as well, which is the most important part.
Can't get away from Keays. That's ball. Great chase.
One of my sort of natural abilities, I've also had to work hard on as well, but my work rate and my long running that's what I bring to the team. So that's my non-negotiable. It's what I have to bring to the side every week, running up and down, getting back to help out, and getting forward as well to create out numbers and just press the game and put pressure on opposition. It's really important to want to lock the ball in our front half. So to firstly get the ball there and then get in behind it, it's important. It's tough. It's taxing on the body, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Ben is also a member of Adelaide's leadership group. Stay with us. After the break, Belinda catches up with a player with a serious coffee fix.
I'm joined today by Billy Frampton at the new Bodega Cafe in West Lakes. Now, Billy, I understand there's a bit of a backstory behind the owner's decision to open up a business here at the club. Tell us how it came about.
Yeah, so when I was a Port player, one of my good friends introduced me to the Commune on Tapley's Hill, so that was the original sort of cafe, and then once I started going there a lot, I ended up getting traded to the Crows, and then took a few of the boys here, and they really loved it. So at certain times there was a lot of us there. There was sort of 20 Port boys, 20 Crows boys scattered around. So
it was a slow takeover.
Yeah, it was, and I think we did end up taking over, and yeah, so now they've opened up this one right here at the club, so it's been great.
Well, we know who their favourites are, obviously, then.
Yeah, I think so. Try and keep that under wraps.
Well, for me, it's all about how good the coffee is. What's your coffee order?
Yeah, I'm a latte man myself, so nothing too extravagant.
All right, well, go on. Your shout.
Yeah, on me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Looks delicious.
Sure.
So the boys have a lot to thank you for.
Yeah, I think they do, definitely.
Who at the club has the weirdest coffee order?
Yeah, I think Shane McAdam recently has been getting an iced chai latte, so a little bit strange, so yeah.
It's up there for Ugelhagen or Norton to fly, and Frampton has been unstoppable.
Let's talk footy. You must be pleased with your current form. What do you put it down to?
Yeah, definitely. I just put it down to continuity with my training and really learning the role, and just the back six and players in general around me really helping me out.
Are you enjoying your new role down back?
Yeah, I've been loving it. It's a big change for me. I've never played there at all throughout my whole footballing career, so it's been different, but I've been really loving it. Different aspects of it, how to defend and sort of how to use my weapons coming forward and stuff. So yeah, it's been really good.
Sends it long. Frampton going to get back in the hole again.
You're one of only 5 players to have made the switch to the Crows from their crosstown rivals. How did you find it?
Yeah, it was definitely strange at first. I think just with Port being so close down the road and still having a lot of friends there, it was definitely strange. But as time went on and I got a lot more comfortable around the group, it made it so much easier.
Feels like home?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Billy, all the best for the rest of the season, and thanks for the coffee.
Perfect. Thanks, Belle. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Belinda. I can certainly vouch for the Bodega coffee. Now, all of us have our special Crows memories, and for the current crop of players, we call them Whopper moments. Josh Rachele was only 12 when he saw a goal that he'll never forget. Thanks to our friends at Hungry Jack's, Tom Doedee gets Josh to recall that game back in 2015.
All right, time for another Crows Whopper moment. We're joined by, you've probably heard of him before, Josh Rachele. Not a bad start to the year, Joshy.
Yeah, not bad, both individually and teams going well at the moment, 3-3, so hopefully we can keep that up in the future.
Diplomatic team answer, I like that. It's a veteran move. Start us off with a Whopper moment. I want to hear a bit of detail about it too.
Yeah, so one of my favourite Crows and Carlton players, Eddie Betts, 2015 against Fremantle. Josh Jenkins gets a mark, ground ball I think it was actually, and he's given the hands off to Eddie, who's 50 metres out on his left foot, and he decides to do a barrel.
Jenkins trying to burst through. Eddie Betts, not his pocket. Stop it. No way, not from there. Feeds a frenzy, Eddie. Sorry.
Yeah, you had a few of them, the goal of the years, Eddie, and I think he's probably going to feature in a lot of these Whopper moments. You obviously come to the club a few years after he's gone. Have you tried to take anything from his game that you saw watching afar?
Yeah, I have. Some of the goals he's kicked has been incredible. That one especially, the left foot nana he kicked on a hard brow. I've been trying to nail that. Still haven't successfully got it yet, but
one day.
I'll see if I can hopefully get it one day.
His celebration was probably pretty good. He probably gave a bit to the crowd, I would imagine. Your first goal, first game, similar, gave a little bit to the crowd. crowd. Where do you compare yourself in terms of celebrations to Eddie?
First goal was just up and about with everyone else, but if you go back to the third goal, that's when I probably took it a bit seriously and high-fived about 6 people in the crowd, so probably won't go back and doing that anytime soon.
So next one, I reckon it's that one, the Eddie one.
Off hands, the third for Rachele.
Thank you for joining us, mate. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, dudes.
Too good.
Every time you attend an Adelaide Crows home game, you could score a free Whopper from Hungry Jack's. Simply download the Hungry Jack's app for your chance to win.
Still to come on the Crows Show, the pre-game countdown. It's a lot more complex than you might think. When I started playing senior football, pre-game preparation was little more than a rub down and a few handball drills. These days, there's a lot more science behind the warm-up, specially tailored programs for each player. Thanks to Dr. Jones and partners, let's get a clearer picture of what happens in the rooms.
Pre-game routine, obviously pretty important in the build-up towards the first siren. Players generally get there about 2 hours beforehand. Some players sort of leave it a little bit later, but in general it's 2 hours beforehand. They've then got roughly an hour, which is their own time. They do strapping, they hydrate, they get some food in. They do their own sort of warm-up routine. That might be some mobility work, some low-level strength or injury prevention work. We'll have a little team meeting with Nixie, and then we'll go out as a group, which you'll see out on the ground. That's pretty much down to whatever the players want to do. We believe in giving each player their own choice in how they go about it. We then come back inside. They've got a little bit more time to get ready, amp up. So we'll then do a bit more of a physical, upbeat warm-up. We'll see that on the TV screen sometimes, bump bags, ground balls, high balls, some body contact. After that, Nixie and usually the skipper gives them a bit of a rev up, and then we're out into the track. We try to give them a little bit of guidelines, especially we do have a young group, and so we feel like we need to give the players some sort of guidance there, but at the same time we do understand that every individual has their own little things that they like to do before a game. Probably the one thing that we do always give them a fair bit of guidance on is some physical contact. There's a fair bit of research that says physical contact in preparation for a physical sport like the AFL is really good from a hormone point of view, gets the testosterone flowing, but around that each player has their own little individual things that they like to do. Matty Crouch, for example, as you know, Matty Crouch is a pretty in and under kind of player. He does that many ground balls before a game. Rory Laird likes to throw the ball and smash the ball against the wall. Some players, Tex really wants to feel hard kicks into his hands. And as we've sort of discussed, they're all things that are really relevant to that individual to perform at their best. That's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to facilitate every player's best performance. And so making sure that they incorporate parts of their game into their warm-up is really important.
I don't know how Big Sam Jacobs coped with the demands, but I do know he does a great job on the Crows radio show. So make sure you tune in to Sauce and Tomo every Sunday morning at 9 on Triple M.
This year, the Adelaide Crows are asking you to silence the siren. Head to ticketek.com.au to secure your seats and cheer the team as loud as you can.
This year, the Toyota member offer is back. All Crows members receive $500 worth of Toyota genuine accessories when they purchase a brand new or Toyota certified pre-owned vehicle. Let's find out what accessories you could choose from thanks to a special quiz between two of our players.
Hey guys, myself and Rory are here again for another week, asking ourselves and each other a few questions thanks to Toyota's genuine accessories.
My question is, thanks to the Toyota dash cam, which teammate loves to be in front of the camera the most?
There's a few come to mind. Really
pretty tall, pretty handsome in the back line.
Jordan Butts. he loves the camera. He does.
He's probably the clear cut. Josh
Rachele, of course.
There you go.
Yeah, easy one.
Benny Keays.
Keezer he loves that one. Does that one after a goal.
Loves that one. Hair is slick to the nines.
Yep.
But Keays knows his way through.
This question is thanks to the Nudge Bar. Lady, which player is best at putting guys on the floor and taking the best tackles? Who's pretty strong? Who's a strong guy?
Well, you got to go with Benny Keays, probably. He's tackled a lot.
I think Shane McAdam as well.
Yeah, Shane's
he hits hard.
Yeah, that's
hits
a good
hard.
one, actually.
Tough to mark. McAdam going in down.
This question is thanks to recovery points. Which player always seems to pull up from game day the best?
I wouldn't say Riley, he gets a lot of knocks. Maybe like Ben Keays. Seems to be pretty professional in how he pulls up. Always training really hard.
Cookie as well, a couple of wingers myself. I'll put myself in there. Wingers tend to, not be inside as much, so I'll throw myself and Cookie in there as well.
You don't do a lot. So.
Nah, thanks, man.
My question is thanks to Toyota Roof Racks. Which player has taken the best mark during your time at the club?
I'm going to go Shane McAdam.
I was going to say Shane too.
Loves a fly.
Oh, what a mark by McAdam!
Easy flies as well.
Easy, yeah.
Elliot Himmelberg, he loves a fly, so we'll lock those two in.
Himmelberg, good hands.
This question is thanks to the Bonnet Protector. Which of our defenders do you hope to never play against and why? That one comes to mind.
Well, it's actually a serious, this is
a serious question.
Jordan Butts is a human glove.
Butts is a sitting target, and he's taken the mark. Good stuff.
Luke Brown.
Yeah.
The other one. So I think that's Jordan Butts is the tall one that you don't want to play on, and then Brownie's the small one.
Yep.
Baker wrapped up nicely by Brown.
Settling a few scores there. Now, when you start playing footy, you never know where the journey will take you. After the break, one man's 20-year adventure brought him to the Crows. At the beginning of this century, Central District was a SANFL powerhouse, winning a string of premierships. Marco Bello played in 5 before moving to Victoria, where he enjoyed more premiership success in coaching roles with Hawthorn and other clubs. 2 years ago, he joined the Crows as development coach, helping a new generation of players. Thanks to Bendigo Bank, Marco explains how he's using all his experience.
He can go inside 50, straight on the left foot. Marco Bello, best on ground for mine.
Well done by Bello. Got the handball away to Chris Gowans. The way by Cowan. Bello, quick hand, got it to Healy.
Around the ground. Slade to Bello, goal!
Obviously had some success in the periods that I was here, so fortunate to play in front of big crowds and very passionate supporters of the SANFL competition. We worked really hard and we ensured that we were always at the top of our game. It was a club that didn't have much success prior to that, so we were starved of that success, and the group that we had coming along were really instrumental in ensuring that we had strong leadership at the top, but also ensuring that we had good juniors coming up through to continue that sustained success.
Once again, our guys just dig deep. Every challenge we come up and it's fantastic.
As I started to get a little bit older and when I went back to Melbourne, especially under the tutelage of Brendan Bolton, who was the Box Hill coach at the time, he started to plant that seed and playing coach initially, and then from there progressing and learning through the ranks. So there's a passion associated with obviously a competition that I've played with or as a part of previously. So every ground you go to, you tell a story to the players, and we give a story about a current or an ex Adelaide Crows player that played at that SANFL club. So it's a great initiative the club have come up with, and again it brings the boys back to the SANFL competition and how strong it is, and how we should strive to be the strongest team in that competition.
The young players are certainly in good hands. Now, this year, we're inviting you to be our crow in the crowd. So when you attend one of our games and post a photo of yourself or someone else on social media, make sure you use the hashtag #WeFlyers1. Lots of shots to choose from, but we've settled on you. Please email faceinthecrowd@afc.com.au with photo ID to claim your prize of 2 tickets to Toyota's Hilux Hill at Adelaide Oval. Well, all fans are genuinely excited by the potential of young Josh Rachele. But what does the coach think? Thanks to Flight Centre, This week's question to Matthew Nix comes from Hitesh Patel in Brisbane, who wants to know how good Josh can be.
Hitesh, thanks for the question. Look, I hope you're right, tipping Josh for the rising star. It is early, but he's a fantastic footballer, very smart, very mature for his age, and so for him to come in, it's really pleasing for our young group to bring in, such a high quality person and a high quality footballer. But the rising star is, it's an individual award. I hope he's consistent for us this year and puts himself somewhere in the running.
Well, that's about all we have time for today on The Crows Show. Don't forget to keep an eye on @The Show on Twitter for all the latest news, and check out the club's social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for your company, and together with Belinda Sloan, I look forward to joining you again next Saturday at 4:30 on 7. Bye for now.
This program was proudly brought to you by the new Pork Belly Deluxe Burger, only at Hungry Jack's.